So we are back here. Ruben here from Yoga Meditation team and Balakhilya. Balakhilya, are you from? Free Spirit?
Where am I from? Now I'm from this Chintamani studio in Kazakhstan.
Great. So how are you doing, Balakhilya?
I'm doing great. Yeah, we're having a nice winter here, good weather, good people, good nature, lots of meditation and yoga study, so to speak.
Great.
So yeah,
sounds like a good life.
It's the best life. It's the best life.
Yeah. So we're gonna have Mantra Sunday today. So everyone out there, you know what to expect. We're going to have some meditation. Balakhilya will teach us a nice breathing technique and also Kirtan or music meditation. But at first, we were streaming this interview on Friday with Balakhilya. So Balakhilya, there's a question from somebody, if I could just pass that on to you, perhaps.
All right.
And I'm going to, well, I think I remember. He's in Norwegian, so I'm just going to translate it to English. But he was wondering if you could give him some advice on how to maintain a deep spiritual practice and still, or to have a spiritual practice, but still maintain the relationships that you have to your friends and family. He heard that you had a wife and children and so on. So he was wondering how you maintain those relationships.
Well, as far as how you maintain it, number one, you got to make it so you're determined to maintain it. That has to be a very important goal that you want to set for yourself. And relationships with your family, your wife, your children, your friends, or parents, or whoever it is, that's all dependent on the relationship you have with them. Yeah, like I had a daughter, I have and I was married, etc. But we were all on the same page, so to speak. We were, all doing, the yoga practice that we do, Bhakti-yoga. My daughter was born into it, and when my wife and I married, she was already practicing as well. So it wasn't like a big change in our philosophies of life. It was just, we decided to do it together. So it was easy. But if somebody's, not interested at all in what you're doing, and, you're trying to convince them or convert them, hopefully not, or encourage them and so on, then, it can, if they're not interested and you want them to be interested, it can become somewhat confrontational or uncomfortable, so to speak. So in such cases as this, then you just have to be, number one, determine you're going to do your practice. This is what I'm going to do with my life, but give them the freedom to not do it. You can't let other people's lives determine what you do in your life, especially when it comes to spiritual practice, because this is the most important aspect of life. So if I'm just trying to please everybody that's not interested at all in spiritual life, that means that's going to greatly affect my progress. It's going to be a big obstacle for me. I can't please everybody, you know. So in our Bhakti-yoga understanding, you know, it's clear there is a priority that we have to set, and spiritual life is that priority. And if others want to, you know, just, you know, let's say, allow you to do that, or, you know, be sympathetic toward that, but not do it themselves, that's fine. If they're trying to stop you, well, then that becomes a big problem, because let's say it like this. If you had cancer, you know, and you found some cure, and you wanted to pursue this cure because you knew if I don't, you know, I'm going to die. But somebody in your life already doesn't want you to do this cure. You know, oh, no, don't do that. I don't want you to do it. It takes time away from me. Or, you know, it's not like it used to be. Now you can't do this and you can't do that. Before we used to do these things together. And now, you know, it's disturbing, you know, our fun time together, you know. Who are you going to listen to? You're going to have your fun time together with them and say, okay, so I'll give up the cure and I'll just, you know, do what you want to do. We'll try to just be like we were before. You know, okay, you can do that, but it'll kill you. Or you have to realize things aren't like they used to be. You know, now we have another whole dynamic in our life, you know, and my priority is to cure this cancer, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. And if you want to assist me, or, you know, just be patient with me, or whatever, that's your choice. But this is what I'm going to do. You see, you got to start thinking, you know, in a different way, because you can't please everybody. You can't please the doctors who are going to cure your cancer and the person who doesn't want you to take the cure at the same time. So you got to decide which one's more important here. And so it is with spiritual life, because that's who we are. We're spirit souls, and life is spiritual life. And I have to, when I began to understand that, have to address that new reality. It's not a new reality, but it's new to me. It's a spiritual awakening that has occurred. And because of this awakening, I have to, you know, address this. I can't just sweep it under the rug. And if I do, I'll know I'm doing the wrong thing, you know, because my inner understanding and realization is this is something that is very, very important that I have to do, you know. And if everybody else tries to stop me, I have to continue on, you know, but at the same time, you know, be respectful for them and their opinions and whatever. But this isn't what I'm going to do. That's all I can tell you, you know. And the more you're associating with people who are doing this in their life, then the easier it is for you, you know. I mean, people who take the spiritual life oftentimes have to change their relations, change their friends. I don't do what all those guys I used to hang out with do anymore. So therefore, our relationship is on a different level now. You know, I don't go to the bar anymore. You know, so when they go for boys' night at the bar, I don't go, because that's not what I do now. But I find other people that on that same night are doing meditation or, you know, yoga practice in one way or another. So I go there. Now, gradually I develop a new set of friends. And this is, you know, just how it is. It's just reality, you know. So that's about all I can say, you know. But at the same time, be considerate and respectful and not an in-your-face conflict kind of person, you know. Get out of my life, you know. No, but be kind, be gentle, be loving, but also be firm. Yeah. But the practice that we teach will actually make it so it becomes easier and easier for you to do this and to do it in a correct way.
And that's what we're going to teach today and tonight, yeah?
Yeah. Our program tonight is all about doing the meditations, and the meditations are the purifying agents. That's what purifies us of all these, illusions that make it so we don't know who we are. And we do try to find our happiness in places where there's really no happiness. And, we're starting to see things clearly. We're seeing through the veil, and we see, oh, yeah, So it's sometimes referred to as self-discovery, It's a real, exploration into life, And so, you can be a real explorer on the journey. Yeah.
Journey inward.
Inward journey is the real journey. Yeah. We're running around on the outside, but we're not doing anything on the inside, So it's reflected more and more in society today. Everybody's empty. They're full, but they're still empty, So, okay, so let's chant.
Let's do it.
Okay, so should I explain to everybody again the process?
I think you can briefly explain to those who maybe saw your interview for the first time.
There's always new viewers, and if we don't explain, then you don't know what we're doing.
Like you say, and no one has heard it more times than you, like you normally say.
Yeah. No matter how many times you heard it, I've heard it more. Every day I hear it. Yeah. And I also always like to offer my teachers, Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami. Okay, so in Bhakti-yoga, we do a lot of meditating. And the meditations that we do are mantra meditations. Using transcendental sound. Mantras are transcendental or spiritual sounds, which come from the spiritual realm and descend into this material realm. And they bring with them great spiritual power. So when I'm in contact with this transcendental sound, I receive great spiritual benefit. Like when you come in contact with the sun, you get the benefit from the sun. See, you don't have to believe in it. You don't have to know what it means. The sun has the potency, and all I have to do is arrange my contact with the potency. So the mantra we'll be using now is the mantra Gauranga, divided into 4 syllables, Gauranga. And it's a deep breathing technique. We're going to inhale through the nose very slowly, gently, and deeply. And as we inhale silently in the mind in a very soft and gentle way, we're going to chant Gauranga. See, this is silent in the mind, Gauranga. Gradually, the body fills with air, and then we begin to exhale, and out loud we chant Gauranga. And again, softly, gently, just letting it flow out. And as we're doing that, we want to listen closely to the sound and put the mind on the sound. Meditate on the sound. So we're meditating on the mantra Gauranga. And we want to relax before we begin the technique. See, there's key areas in the body that accumulate tension. For instance, our face, neck, shoulders, chest. See, and also the mind. See, there's so much tension in the mind. So we want to relax all those areas. To help us relax, we're going to take in a big breath and let it back out through the nose. And let your anxieties, tensions, frustrations go away with the breath. Let all those areas I referred to completely relax. See? And that's basically it. When we learn the mantra, It's good to close the eyes because this makes it so we relax even more deeply and prevents any kind of distraction. And yeah, Ruben's joining the thumb and first finger. That's a recommendation as well, because this triggers a relaxation response in the body and also helps in the circulation of energy. That's why you see many people meditating. They're always in this pose. This is called a mudra, and this has its place. Is it necessary? No. Is it a little, benefit? Yeah, why not? Okay. So, of course, we want to try to sit up straight, get comfortable in doing so. So we're not meditating on some discomfort. So just follow my guidance. When we finish, sit for a few moments, eyes remaining closed. Feel the effect. Everybody take a big breath, let it out, and relax. And now very slowly, gently, and deeply inhale and chant Gauranga in the mind. Two more times. Haribol. All right, so you can see that's a very easy meditation to do. And I'm sure you found it's very relaxing. So it's an excellent way to begin your day. We often, recommend start your day like this. Good way to end the day just before you go to sleep. In the middle of the day, often we're too busy, but to begin and to end, it's easier to work it into our schedule. So, yeah. And don't forget, it's not only relaxing and pleasant to do, but it's very spiritually beneficial. See, so we, being spirit souls, need to address our spiritual needs. And this meditation, these mantras, and the techniques of using the mantras are directly connected with that. So, okay, now we're going to do another meditation, which is called Sankirtan. That's congregational chanting. Gauranga meditation is normally done privately. We do it as groups all the time, but it's normally a private meditation. Like I said, early in the morning when you get up or whatever. But Sankirtan is specifically two or more people coming together and chanting the mantras. With COVID being what it is in the world today, we're doing our gatherings online. some places the COVID situation's different, so they are still having small gatherings, outside when possible, but we're doing it online. But either way, we're still together, we're still chanting the mantras and still getting the same benefit. Okay, so the mantra will be Gauranga, but there'll be some additional mantras, and you can see them on the screen. I always like to start with, a mantra to our spiritual masters. It's, just, what I personally prefer to do. And it's also part of spiritual etiquette to always address the spiritual masters. So that's where we'll start. And then we'll just go, to a couple of other mantras and then some real standard mantras like Gauranga, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Maha Mantra, etc. So the idea is to just listen to what I chant and then you respond. It's back and forth. It's called Shravanam Kirtanam. Hearing, you hear what I chant, and then Kirtanam, you chant. And then I hear. So there's hearing and chanting on both sides. Okay. Where's our team? Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Siddha Swarupananda Radhamahamsa Ite Namine Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Pasha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Pasha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bo, Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bo.
Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur,
Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bo, Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bo.
Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol.
Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Gaur, Hare Bo, Hare Bo Nitai Gaur, Nitai Haribo, Chaitanya 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 Haribo,
Chaitanya Haribo. Chaitanya Haribo, Chaitanya Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, day. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana,
Govinda Rama,
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala, Haribo, Govinda, Madana Mohana, Madana Mohana, Madana Mohana, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Gopala Govinda
Haribo, Itaigo, Itaigo, Haribo, Haribo, Itaigo, Itaigo, Haribo,
Haribo, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo,
Haribo, Itaigo, Itaigo, Haribo, Haribo, Itaigo, Itaigo, Haribo, Haribo, Itaigo, Itaigo, Haribo, Haribo, Itaigo, Itaigo, Haribo, Haribo, Itaigo, Haribo, Haribo, Itaigo, Haribo, Itaigo, Haribo, Itaigo, Haribo, Itaigo, Haribo, Itaigo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Haribol.
Haribol.
Okay, so that's what we call Sankirtan meditation. I don't hear you, Ruben.
1 second, I have a beater that's going, like keeping the rhythm, and it's kind of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
Hmm?
better now.
All right, all right.
Metronome, that's what it's called.
So anyway, that's our Sankirtan meditation, and it's very enjoyable. You sing, come together with friends and sing, and people become friends by coming together and doing this meditation. Like many of us have met many people over many years that we never would have met before because of this whole process. So yeah, it's a way to come together on a common platform, see, and it's a common spiritual platform. It's a harmonizer instead of a divider. So yeah, Ruben, thank you very much for the evening. I got another program coming up, so we're going to have to get ready for that. But
Yeah,
always a pleasure.
always a pleasure to have you here. We're fortunate. So
And
next week, we're going to speak about Buddhism, right?
if you like,
I think
sure, we can
do
speak
that.
about that.
Yeah,
So yeah, join us next week.
great. Thanks everyone for joining.
Seems like that's a very popular topic, in this time period we're in now, Buddhism. So yeah, we're going to discuss it, but from a little different angle than probably most people discuss it from. So it'll be interesting.
And I've heard some people think that yoga is coming from Buddhism as well. So this would be interesting for you to go deeper into what's the difference and who was Buddha actually.
A lot of misinformation out there, and as best we can, we try to bring some correction to those erroneous ideas. And then people have to choose, am I speaking the right idea, or is the other idea correct? You see? That's what we have to do. We always have to decide, don't we? We as humans, we have to make choices, but we have the ability to make choices.
Free will.
So the more knowledge we have, and the more we're, really desiring inside to know the truth, and the more it will be obvious what is true.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, Ruben, thank you very much. Your little cozy house with your fireplace always is attractive to me. I like fireplaces, little stoves, and
maybe next week I'm gonna take the next fireplace. We have one on the opposite side of the wall as well, so you can see that one next week maybe, or some other week.
Oh, yeah, and your little convection fan there, very unique.
I guess it's I don't know. In Norway, many people have those.
Yeah, they're around, but a lot of people they don't know, they don't use them or whatever. A lot of people don't even have a fire like that. They just have some kind of in-house heating, and you never even see flames. Okay, anyway, yeah, like I said, I got to go. We can ramble on, but thank everybody for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Come back next week. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, chant the mantras, do your Gauranga meditation, and we'll be back and continue.
Absolutely.
And we thank our team here, Chintamani Studio, participants with our Chintamani team. They're always, very helpful in passing on this wonderful experience. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Balakhilya.
And a haribo to your family there.
Thanks. I will pass it on.
Namaste.
Namaste.